Namaste everyone. I am Tilak Gital, one of the co-founders of Siksha, a digital learning platform which provides accessible, quality and affordable education to students from grade 8 to 12. The platform that I have developed, my team has developed, is a byproduct of what our hassles has been throughout our life and what we have been going through in our life. So I'd like to first start with my background. I'm from Kalikot, Karnali, one of the most remote part of Nepal, where getting quality education is a myth, I'd say. So I was fortunate enough to get into one of the excellent school in Nepal, where I went to school at grade 4. So there I get to learn things that I had never imagined of. Like I used to get access to teachers who were very diligent, who were very helpful. I used to get access to libraries, computer labs. So that was so fascinating for me. Plus I used to get 4-time meals as well. So that was a luxury for me. So I used to get 2 meals in my house, so I was getting 4 meals in the school. That is too much for me to access as well. So during my time at going into school, I realized one person can make a difference in a society if the proper education that he or she has achieved is brought back to the society, given back to the society. So one thing that I've always done is compare my brothers and sisters who are studying in Kalikot and compare them to what I've learned when I went to school. That has always helped me to indulge myself, to make myself better version of myself, so that I can contribute more to the society that is backward. So I'd just like to give you an example. A 26 years old guy who's of my age right now in Kalikot, is there in India with 2 kids. He was there in my class when I was in grade 4, but then he moved to India for earning his life. That is the friend that I need to cater to now. So this is why I immediately after I finished my A-levels, I started a company called Brand Education Services, which is to tutor students who were struggling in academics, especially in Kathmandu, who were struggling in academics and from rural places. So we used to find them, we used to bring them, we used to find the sponsors as well, and we used to cater them and make sure that they get good grades. So while I was doing my bachelor's in development finance at National College, I started the procedure called learning by doing. So I started to learn things myself and cater to the students that I was supposed to cater as well. Can you change the slide, please? So this is where I started learning things. I am currently working as the financial head at Siksha. I've been there in Educate Nepal Initiative, which is in an NGO which works for unfortunate or underprivileged students. I'm there. I worked as a communication officer at Ulan's school, as Education Foundation as well, and I was there as a vice principal at Amadagul Academy, one of these very small schools in Tarkesho. So during my journey, I've tried my best to make myself innovative as possible and make sure that I learn skills like critical thinking, problem-solving abilities, analyticity, all these things. So I can change the slide, please. So while I was doing those things, I started to learn things like I had to go through so many things. Like, so there is a business, there is a family to look after, there are my brothers and sisters I need to look after, and then out of all those struggles, I found out like I can also grow myself with those struggles, those challenges. So that is where I started to take entrepreneurship journey as a platform where I can contribute more in my personal development as well. So this is where I started. I got all the skill that is necessary for a business, like what is business plan, what is financial plan, what is what do we need to do to register a company in Nepal. So these are the basic skills that I started learning myself. So with that skills, I was able to learn other skills as well. Like I just think, innovate, as to go into networking activities. That was too much of a thing. Like I used to imagine, like if I am there in the platform and contribute something, why not? So that is where the pros of being entrepreneurs, as a student entrepreneur, I experienced that. And the challenges of student entrepreneurs is always like management of time, where to allocate your time, how to like actually manage the academics with your business, how to like there is a financial risk. I'm from a very humble background, so spending 10 lakhs rupees of money, 10 lakhs rupees of investment would be too much for us, for my family. So that is financial risk as well to invest in the company. A lot of time I used to get stressed out, burned out, and the resources that I had access to, except for online resources, that is very, very limited. So with these struggles, with these things, I'd like to share my journey where I went from a platform where I used to teach in a very physical environment to a digitalized platform. That is where I saw business opportunity. So what I felt was like a student was very strong in A levels, let's say, in Rathabongla, and not scoring a good grade, is to come to me and seek help. Of course, I have to charge them, since they're student from Rathabongla. So they used to come and seek for help. So a student who was like really scoring E was able to score even B in A levels without things. So what we used to do was like we was really passionate about creating questions, personalizing the learning procedure, creating a journey for a student in specific chapter-wise learning. So that is the thing that fascinated me to make sure that I take the platform into digital platform, so that it's very difficult to find books like World is Gold, Soul Sunsets, 10 Sets in Calicut. But right now, if I go in Calicut, I can find like everybody using TikTok and Facebook and everything, right? So if I create a platform where like student can afford to buy our product with an extensive resources where a student can study, practice, and ask questions if necessary and revise. So that particular student wouldn't have to come to Kathmandu to study. Their parents' burden would be decreased. So that is where we started working with a very diligent team of Dr. Mithilesh Kumar Jha and Dr. Mithilesh Kumar Bhatt, right? Where they guided us to specifically make pedagogical contents, which are very streamlined with CDC curriculum that is provided. So while we're working with those two professors, those two, let's say, diligent people, we found out like students were struggling basically by 3-4 challenges. Like there was traditional approach of teaching, which is all around in Nepal right now as well. So the content was very outdated as well, and the resources were very limited in this institution. It was only limited to a book, actually, right? So, of course, the teachers had very specific mindset to teach. Like, I'm going to teach this thing, and this is not going to work. So, with those challenges, I started to realize like I need to offer a resource for it. So I made different resources. Can you see the slide, please? So I'd like to play a video of 1.5 minute, so that you can understand my product, and I'd like to end my presentation with this.